Who will truly stand by your side after 60? As you approach the milestone of turning 60 and step beyond it, one of the most important questions you might find yourself asking is, who will truly stand by my side? When you're younger, the answer can feel obvious: your family, your closest friends, the people you've known and trusted for decades. But as the years go on, reality begins to shift. Life has a way of changing the dynamics of even our strongest relationships. People get busy, they grow older, priorities evolve, and suddenly, the support system you always believed would be there starts to look different, sometimes even uncertain. This video is not about turning your back on loved ones or doubting their care for you. It's about opening your eyes to a deeper truth, that real support in your later years often comes from sources beyond just family. It's about learning how to build an unshakable foundation, one that you can truly rely on. Because when life gets tough, what you need most is not just good intentions but dependable, practical support. Today we're going to walk through 6 critical pillars of support, foundations that can often prove more dependable than family as you grow older. These pillars are not about isolation. They're about empowerment. They're about gaining the independence, clarity, and stability you need to navigate this phase of life with confidence and strength. Stay with us until the very end, because these 6 pillars might just transform the way you view support and self-reliance. Once you understand and begin to apply them, you'll never feel unprepared, powerless, or alone again. Let's dive into the first pillar. Pillar 1, financial stability. Perhaps the most solid and dependable form of support you can have in your later years isn't a person at all, it's your financial independence. While money may not buy happiness, it certainly buys peace of mind, choices, and security. After the age of 60, this becomes more apparent than ever before. Relying on your children or other family members for financial help may seem reasonable in theory, but in reality it's often an unstable and risky plan. Your loved ones, as devoted and caring as they may be, have their own responsibilities, mortgages, bills, growing children, and uncertain futures of their own. Take Richard, for example. At 72, he found himself facing an unexpected medical crisis that quickly depleted his savings. He turned to his children for help, expecting the support he had once given them to be returned. But they were already stretched thin, juggling their own careers, families, and financial challenges. Not because they didn't care, because life quite simply happens. That's why your own financial preparedness is one of the greatest investments you can make in your well-being. It's not about having a fortune. It's about being financially literate, having a clear plan for emergencies, maintaining a steady income, and eliminating unnecessary financial risk. Ask yourself, do I have enough set aside to weather unforeseen circumstances? Is my retirement income truly secure? Have I protected myself against high-risk investments or avoidable debt? If the answer is uncertain, now is the time to act. Learn how to budget realistically, steer clear of wasteful expenses, and make financial decisions that safeguard your independence. Because at the end of the day, your ability to stand on your own financially is one of the greatest sources of peace you can give yourself, and it will never walk away or let you down. Pillar 2, physical health. There's one pillar that stands tall above all others when it comes to maintaining your independence, and that's your health. No amount of love, support, or money can substitute for a body that allows you to move freely, think clearly, and live fully. After 60, your body becomes either your strongest ally or your biggest challenge. And while others may care deeply for you, no one else can eat healthy meals for you. No one else can exercise in your place. No one else can attend your medical appointments. These responsibilities are yours and yours alone. Take Carl's story. At 68, he had retired from a physically demanding job. In his younger years, he had been active and strong. But as the months passed, he fell into a sedentary lifestyle, assuming there would always be time to get back in shape. Before long, his energy levels plummeted, and even simple tasks became difficult. His family visited when they could, but they couldn't be his full-time caregivers. Eventually, he understood. If he wanted to remain independent, he needed to reclaim his health. You don't have to run marathons or follow extreme regimens. What matters is consistency. Walk daily, choose nutritious foods, prioritize hydration and sleep. Pay attention to warning signs, persistent pain, shortness of breath, or reduced stamina. Don't wait until it's too late to take your health seriously. Because at the end of the day, your strength, your mobility, and your vitality are what keep you free. When you make your health a daily priority, you reduce your dependence on others and increase your confidence in facing whatever the future may bring. If you're finding this helpful so far, comment number 2 below and let us know you're with us. And if you haven't yet subscribed, take a second to do that now and hit the notification bell so you never miss empowering content like this. Pillar 3, your social circle. A common yet dangerous pitfall of aging is isolation. Sometimes it creeps in so subtly you don't even realize it's happening. Friends move, loved ones pass away, and family members become immersed in their own hectic lives. Without meaningful relationships outside the family, loneliness can settle in, and it can have devastating effects on your well-being. The misconception that your children or grandchildren will always be your primary source of companionship often leaves people feeling heartbroken and alone. The truth is, no matter how much your family loves you, they likely won't be able to provide the day-to-day connection you crave. This is where friendships and social involvement come in. Look at Margaret, a 73-year-old widow who spent years waiting for phone calls that came less and less frequently. One day, she decided to take matters into her own hands. She joined a book club, reconnected with former co-workers, and even started attending community fitness classes. Her world opened back up. She wasn't just surviving, she was thriving. Your social circle doesn't need to be large. It just needs to be meaningful. A neighbor you chat with over coffee, a group you meet weekly, or friends who share your hobbies. These connections bring life, laughter, and emotional fulfillment. If you're currently struggling with loneliness, don't wait for someone to reach out. Be the one who initiates. Join a class, volunteer, or simply make the effort to reconnect. The relationships you nurture today can be the emotional backbone of your tomorrow. Pillar 4, your sense of purpose. As we grow older, the roles that once gave our lives structure, whether parenting, working, or caregiving, may fade. That's why one of the most underestimated, but powerful, pillars of support is your own sense of purpose. Without a clear reason to get up in the morning, life can feel aimless. But with purpose, even small tasks take on new meaning. Consider George, a 70-year-old retired engineer. At first, he enjoyed the freedom of retirement, but soon began to feel restless and disconnected. Instead of staying stuck, he started volunteering at a local elementary school, teaching kids basic mechanics. In return, he gained a sense of fulfillment and belonging that filled the emotional gap retirement had created. Purpose doesn't have to be tied to work or grand achievements. It can be found in hobbies, personal goals, service to others, or simply in learning and growing. What matters is that it excites you, gives you meaning, and makes you feel useful and connected. Even if your life has changed, your value hasn't. When you have purpose, you don't just exist, you thrive. And when purpose drives you, loneliness and helplessness fade into the background. Still with us? Comment number 4 below and let us know you're here. And if you haven't yet, be sure to subscribe and enable notifications so we can continue bringing you content that uplifts and empowers. Pillar 5, emotional resilience. Life doesn't stop testing us after we reach a certain age. It simply changes the questions. One of the most vital forms of internal support is emotional resilience, your ability to weather life's ups and downs with strength, clarity, and grace. After 60, you may experience the loss of friends, changes in health, or unexpected life shifts. And while loved ones may support you, they can't always be your emotional anchor. Everyone has their own lives, stressors, and challenges. That's why building your inner emotional strength is so essential. Take Helen's experience. At 75, she lost her husband of 40 years. At first, she leaned heavily on her adult children, but soon she realized they were also grieving and juggling their own lives. Instead of drowning in sorrow, she began journaling, joined a grief support group, and practiced gratitude daily. Through this process, she discovered she didn't need someone to fix her pain. She had the tools to heal within herself. Emotional resilience isn't about ignoring pain. It's about understanding it, accepting it, and moving through it with compassion for yourself. Meditation, therapy, creative outlets, or simply self-reflection. These are all tools that help you build strength from within. Remember, the person who will always be with you through every loss, every victory, and every transition is you. Strengthen that relationship. You are more capable than you know. Pillar 6, your ability to adapt. Here's the final but perhaps most powerful pillar, your willingness to adapt. The only constant in life is change. After 60, this becomes clearer than ever. Friends move, relationships evolve, health fluctuates, but your ability to adjust, grow, and remain open to new possibilities will determine your happiness more than any single event. Frank's story proves this. At 78, he felt abandoned when his longtime friends moved away. For a while, he assumed loneliness was inevitable, but then he made a bold choice. He embraced technology. He learned to use video calls, joined online forums, and even started an email newsletter for local history enthusiasts. In adapting, he didn't just fill the void. He discovered a new world. Being adaptable means refusing to get stuck in what was. It means staying curious, learning, evolving, and finding new meaning wherever life leads. Those who thrive in their later years are not the ones who resist change, but those who welcome it. Still reading? Type 6 in the comments and show us you're still here. And if this message is resonating with you, hit like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so we can keep showing up with insights that matter. Final thoughts. Life after 60 brings both challenges and new beginnings, and while family will always be a meaningful part of your life, they are not the only source or even the most reliable source of long-term support. The strongest foundation you can build for yourself is made of 6 pillars: your financial independence, your physical health, your social connections, your sense of purpose, your emotional resilience, and your ability to adapt. When these are strong, you are strong. You no longer fear being alone because you know how to stand tall on your own. You no longer worry about being unprepared because you've already equipped yourself with what truly matters. You've got everything you need to not just survive, but thrive. Thank you for spending this time with us. We'd love to hear from you. What was your biggest takeaway from today's video? Leave a comment and let us know how you plan to apply it in your life. And remember, your support keeps this community alive. Like, share, subscribe, and stay tuned for more insights to help you grow stronger, wiser, and more confident every day.